welcome back to my channel again for another video. Today I'm filming another what I eat in a day video. I feel like this is becoming a monthly thing, but I really enjoy filming these videos and also you guys seem to enjoy watching them, so I thought I would do another one. As you can tell, I've literally just got out of bed, so please ignore my current appearance. This morning I am planning on heading to the gym. Gonna do a bit of a core workout today, I think, then a bit of legs and a run. So I'm gonna kickstart my day with a nice big bowl of banana chocolate porridge. Sorry, the puppies are barking in the background. To fuel me through my workouts, I'm gonna get making that now. So to here I've added some oats. I'm using the Quaker oats and they're the 100% whole grain rolled oats. And then I don't ever weigh out the oats, I just kind of do it by eye. I've then also added a teaspoon of raw cacao powder, and the one I use is this one here by Marvelous Superfoods Organic Cacao Powder. And then I'm also just going to add some almond milk to this and pop it in the microwave on a sort of medium heat, because if you do it on a medium heat, the porridge goes so much nicer. It does take a little bit longer, but it's definitely worth it. So I'm going to pop that in for about a couple of minutes on a medium heat and stir it about halfway through. And then once it starts to thicken up a little bit, I've got my banana, which I'm going to slice up and add in and mix in, and then heat it up again until it gets to the desired consistency. And yeah, that is basically all I do to make my porridge. Is very easy and simple and quick to do. So that is my porridge ready to pop into the microwave. So here's my finished porridge, and then I've also topped it with some cacao nibs, which I used the Holland & Barrett own brand cacao nibs. And then I've also got a cup of green tea over here that I'm going to have with it. Just in case you haven't seen my previous what I eat in a day videos, then I always use the Tetley's pure green tea. So I am going to go and sit and enjoy this porridge now. Also adding the banana while it's cooking means the banana's gone really nice and soft. And it also just adds a bit of sweetness to the porridge as well, which is really nice. You could also add maple syrup as well, but today I don't really feel like maple syrup. I don't know. I do love a good bit of maple syrup, but today I'm going to leave it out, I think. So I've made it back from the gym now, and today I actually decided to run to and from the gym, which I've never done before. One of the puppies is currently having a drink in the background, sorry, that's what that background noise is. But yeah, I've never done that before, and I kind of hadn't factored in that the way back is mostly up very steep hills. So that was a bit of a challenge, but I've made it back. Definitely took me longer on the way back than it did there, as I was running downhill on the way there, which definitely did help. But I'm gonna get myself a protein shake now to sort of refuel my energy, keep me going to lunch as well. And I'm gonna make like a green protein shake, which I did do before in one of my what I eat in a day videos. However, this time I'm also going to add some frozen berries. So I've got a black forest fruits mix here, so it's got grapes, blackcurrants, cherries and blackberries. Then I'm also going to add half a frozen banana, handful of spinach leaves, and then a tablespoon of my Pulsin rice protein powder. And what's great about if you add berries is it completely masks over the taste of the spinach, so you get your greens in there, but trust me, don't even taste it. So it works out really well and it tastes so nice. Definitely recommend using frozen berries and frozen banana. It's not only really nice and refreshing after you've done a workout, but it also gives it such a nice like thick creamier consistency from the banana being frozen. That adds like a creaminess to it, and then the frozen berries keep it nice and cool and thicken it as well, which tastes honestly so much better. I prefer like my smoothies and stuff to be thicker, so definitely recommend using frozen fruit. That honestly is so tasty, and you literally don't even taste the spinach, and it's so nice and thick. I love it. I also forgot to mention I did add some water as well, just up to the max level fill line on the NutriBullet container, just to add a little bit of liquid, because if not it really wouldn't bend, and it really wouldn't blend, and you'd get something that's a bit more of kind of sorbet type texture, I guess. So you do just need to add a little bit of liquid, whether you want to make it creamier with some almond milk or something, or just water works fine. Also with the rice protein, that does add a slight creaminess to it as well, and with the frozen banana, like I said before, it adds that kind of creamy texture anyway, so you probably don't really need milk. So I always just add a little bit of water just to give it a little bit of liquid. So it is lunchtime now, and I'm gonna get making a sort of healthy mini kind of pizza, and I'm gonna make the base as well. I'm gonna make like a quinoa flatbread base, which I've made before, and then I've never actually combined this all as a pizza, so I'm hoping it works out well, but I just had the idea and I thought it could taste really good. I'm also gonna make like a vegan-y cheese sauce to put on it as well. As one, it's better for me to avoid dairy, that's why I'm going with the vegan cheese sauce. And two, this is a lot healthier and better for you than just piling on loads of cheese. Of course, feel free to do that as well though, if you wish to go in with the cheese as well. So basically I'm going to start by making the quinoa flatbread to use as the base. You can, of course, this is going to make quite like a small sort of size, sort of like a pita size type pizza. Of course, feel free to either double or even quadruple the ingredients if you want to make a bigger pizza. As it is lunch though, I always prefer to have something that will fill me up and keep me going, but nothing too heavy, because if not, I feel like that just makes me feel really like sluggish in the afternoon if I have a big, like really heavy kind of lunch. So I'm just going to be making like a smaller pizza to, yeah, like I said, just keep me going and fill me up sufficiently that I'm satisfied. But yeah, for the quinoa flatbread, all you need is 45 grams of uncooked quinoa. And then you also need, oh, I need to grab the almond milk, because you need 30 mils of almond milk, and then 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. And basically you just put it all, I'm going to use the NutriBullet, you just put that all into a blender and blend it up, and that is like your dough for the pizza base. So it's really simple and straightforward to make. You do want to start by rinsing the quinoa though, because if not it has like a bitter kind of taste. So do rinse the quinoa before you blend it up. And so this is my dough already. A lot of it's got stuck to the blender top. I'm going to scrape that off. Now just going to spoon it onto a baking tray, which I've just lined with parchment paper, and sort of shape it with my spoon into a circle. And that's my quinoa flatbread ready to go into the oven. I've got to say before that I have preheated the oven to 180 degrees, so I'm going to pop this in now for a few minutes, probably about 4 minutes or so, just to start to crisp up a little bit. Before then I'll add my toppings and then pop it back in the oven so that the toppings and stuff heat up too. So this is all ready to go, and I'm literally so excited for this. I kept thinking, oh, I want to do that for my what I eat in a day video, and I've been so excited for this all week. So let's put this in the oven. In it goes. Bye. So while that's just cooking for a few minutes, I am gonna get making the cheesy sauce, and all you need for this is 1/2 tablespoon of buckwheat flour, 1/2 tablespoon of nutritional yeast, forgot what it was called for a second, and then also 60 mils of almond milk. So you just start by heating up the almond milk, and then add in your buckwheat flour and use a fork to just sort of whisk it in, and then finally add your nutritional yeast. Once the almond milk starts to bubble up as well, you want to either lower the heat, or it might even be hot enough to take off the heat. So either way, see what works for you. Now that this has started to crisp up a bit, I've just taken it out of the oven. I'm going to flip it over so that the other side bakes as well, and also put my toppings on it now that it is slightly firmer. So to top it, I'm going to use some tomato puree, of course, and then I'm going to add some yellow bell pepper. I do prefer red, but we only have yellow right now. And then also a bit of roast chicken. And that's my little pizza ready to go back in the oven now. So I'm going to pop that back in for another sort of 4 to 5 minutes just to finish cooking the base, and then also heat up the toppings. And that's my finished pizza. I'm literally so excited to dig into this and get eating it, because honestly, it just looks like it's going to taste incredible. I'm really hoping it lives up to expectations. So it's quite a few hours later now since lunch, so I'm just going to get myself a snack. I'm gonna go with a Naked Cocoa Delight bar because I love this flavour. It's so good. Because probably in like an hour or so I'm gonna start cooking dinner anyway, so I don't want anything too heavy, but these are just, also it tastes like chocolate, which is so good, and it will just keep me going till dinner and give me a little bit of energy as well. Honestly, I love Naked bars. There's so many amazing flavours. So it's dinner time now and I'm about to start cooking. I'm gonna make a chickpea curry tonight, which I've never actually made before. I'm using a recipe on the Jessica in the Kitchen website. I'll leave a link down below to it. So these are all the ingredients that are in it and the quantities. You can pause that there on that screen if you want to see them, but like I said, I'll link it down below as well. So I've just got all my ingredients out. I've got my chickpeas, of course, curry powder, cumin, pepper, salt, tin tomatoes, coconut milk, garam masala, and then originally it uses coconut flour, but I don't have any of that, so I'm just going to use a bit of buckwheat flour instead to help thicken up the curry. And then I'm also going to cook up some rice to go with it, and hopefully this will taste good. It's the first time I've made it, so hopefully the end result will be good. From the pictures on her blog, it looks very tasty. Hang on, let me look at that. That just looks so good, honestly. Hopefully mine will turn out like that too. So I've so far added in my tomatoes, which I've just boiled, well not boiled, but left to sort of simmer for about 8 minutes or so, and then I've got my spices now just added in and my chickpeas. So I'm gonna get adding the coconut milk now and then the flour, and I believe that is everything. Then I just need to simmer it away for about 10 minutes, I think it is. I'm just gonna check that. Yeah, 10 to 12 minutes. That's everything in there now, and I'm just gonna leave it to simmer for, like it says, about 10 to 12 minutes. So it's already been there a few minutes and it's looking and smelling pretty good. And the curry's all finished. It smells so good and it's looking pretty good too, so I'm pretty excited to give this a go and eat it. Well, the curry went down well. It was pretty tasty and both my parents enjoyed it as well. Feeling very full right now. Chickpeas are pretty filling. So quite stuffed, but it was definitely tasty. Definitely think I'll make it again at some point. I am gonna end this what I eat in a day video here because, like, if you've seen my other what I eat in a day videos, then literally all I'm gonna have now is probably a cup of green tea, and that's it. I normally have one about half an hour or so after I've had my dinner, just to like set my stomach before bed and stuff. So that is all I'm going to be having, one of the Tetley's teas that I showed you earlier when I had breakfast, and that is everything I'm having today. So I hope you enjoyed this third what I eat in a day video. Be sure to smash thumbs up if you did, click the little red subscribe button down below if you're new to my channel, and I will see you on Sunday with a brand new video. Bye.